time to celebrate the sort of historic moment that was making you captain, and then have to turn those emotions off, if you like, and then concentrate on rugby? Was there a, different sort of emotions?
No, actually, I was just excited just to be Springbok captain, and I think I know how big of a task this is of playing England, so that has been the main focus, Through everything, the main thing is always been making sure that we perform on Saturday. So that's what I've been working on mostly, especially when the guys were away. We were just focused on England, making sure that we know what they're bringing, and that we also prepared and ready. Obviously, it's a new coaching staff. We have to learn new things. So that's been my focus the past couple of days. So I think tomorrow will be actually the first time that everything just comes together for me and realizing how big this moment is.
Siya, how different has it been in the run-up? I mean, you used to, preparing for a test as a player as such, but now obviously with the extra responsibility, has it felt any different for you?
No, to be honest, not. That's what coach has tried to make sure to do, that I'm still me and still doing the things that I'm comfortable with, I think the only different thing will just be me talking to the ref, But other than that, I'm still going to have to do my work on the field, making sure that I do the same kind of work and work harder. And obviously, that's the most important part for me, to make sure that I'm leading well on the field by the way I'm playing. But other than that, there's other guys who's going to help me through. I mean, I'm not going to take care of everything myself in my first test match, but the most important thing that coach has said to me, make sure you play well and you know what to do on the field.
Dennis?
Siya, if you compare this build-up to this English series to the build-up last year to the French series, what has been the main differences?
Obviously, it was two different coaching staff, and I think what Coach Rassi, from the alignment camps that we had, he basically told us this is the way you can make the Springbok team, and we all get looked at the same. Every single player in South Africa, whether you've been here or not, and then you'll get your clips, and he'll tell you, okay, you're lacking here on the defensive breakdown, you're better there, And I think that has helped us a little bit more, and he's sent us information while we're with our unions, to come look at it and see how we're going to play. So whenever you have spare time, you kind of make yourself aware what you're going to be doing here. So when we came in, it was a bit, when we came in and made the team, it was a bit easier, and you knew what to do, how to make it. And now being here, his main focus is making sure we're playing well on Saturday. All the other stuff is important, but his main thing is making sure that we perform on Saturday.
Brendan?
So you've got a couple of youngsters there, and the three guys making their debut tomorrow, and they're obviously going to be a lot of nerves there as well. Your message for them?
No, I'm excited with them, and I'm really proud of the guys. They've really worked hard, and like you can see that coach is rewarding the guys who played well during Super Rugby, and I think it feels like it's a new beginning for all of us. So I think we're all in the same boat, and we all want to do well, And I know the guys will be a little bit nervous at the beginning, but they'll go through it, because I think we've worked very hard the past 2 weeks as we've stayed behind in South Africa, and I think they know the plan a bit more, where it's different, where if they go to Wales, a bit different, they didn't have that 2 weeks to get to know everything. I think they'll be more calm, but they're more excited than anything else.
Liam?
Eddie Jones has spoken about the significance, the Ellis Park crowd, or the lift they could give the Springbok team on significant occasions. Are you hoping for something similar from them tomorrow?
Yeah, 100%. People always ask me, what's your favorite field to play on? And obviously, when I play for my union, it's at Newlands, but when I play for the Springbok, it's Ellis Park, and it's a really special field, to play, like singing the national anthem. I mean, you hear the whole national anthem sang out equally, throughout the whole thing, and when you're standing in the crowd, like you see the whole of South Africa in front of you, all different races, different colors. It's really beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. The one day when the plane went over us, when we played the All Blacks, and they always get behind us, and we, for some reason, we always turn up when we play here. We bring our best. So and I think it won't be any different, because this is actually one of the one of the awesome test matches, and it doesn't happen often. We don't play them as often as we play Australia and New Zealand. It's a special one. That's why it's such a big occasion. So I'm looking forward to it.
Dennis?
Siya, even though there has been one test to one against Wales, does this feel now that the new Springbok era is starting on Saturday?
Yeah, you could say that last week as well, because we obviously wanted to win that game. We don't take any games for granted. But yeah, we're really excited for this. We've put that behind us, and we want to make sure we do everything we can this weekend. And yeah, we've worked really hard for this, and for all of us as South African players that are playing in South Africa, I think our dream is just to play for the Springboks, and now we have an opportunity to play against England, and we don't know when we'll get this opportunity again. Maybe next week someone else will play. So tomorrow is like, for most of us, really the beginning of a new chapter.
Siya, guys have enjoyed writing this week about the number 6 jersey worn by Madiba will be worn by you, the first black captain of Springboks. That sort of, usually sort of significant, symbolic sort of stuff. Do you think about that stuff?
To be honest, no, I don't, because, like I said, like I'm a very calm kind of guy, and my thing is to make sure that I play well. That's the most important thing. And I feel like if I put outside pressure on myself, it's just gonna make it get too much for me. So I try and make sure that I keep busy as much as I can playing. And I think after the 3 games, I would probably just sit down and have a moment. You know what I mean? But for me right now, it's just to make sure that I play well. But obviously, I do have an idea of like how big it is, because I see when people ask me the kind of question, and and I see it when people writing about it. But for me, I just try and just focus on the main thing, which is making sure that I play on Saturday.
Marshall, you're coming up against Tom Curran, Billy Vunipola, and Rob Shaw tomorrow. How important is that breakdown battle?
It is. Breakdown is huge, but the most important thing is obviously the forward battle. And Tom Curry is big on the ball. He wants to steal balls, and Rob Shaw as well. I mean, he's been playing for a while. He's very experienced. So yeah, they're gonna bring that battle. And obviously, Vunipola is their main. I think he's their main carrier. Him and his brother. So we're gonna have to make sure we stop momentum. But like obviously we've got a system and stuff. But when it comes to that, we're gonna make sure they're very heavy guys. Vunipola, and he gets over the advantage line. If you've seen the past games. So we're going to have to step up in that. It's going to be a very physical battle, as we all know. They've got a strong pack who work very hard, and they're a very fit team. So, and I think we are too. And I think it's going to be like a tough battle on Saturday. It's going to be good to watch.
See, just following on that, talking about the breakdown battle, the fact in the past you guys have relied on guys like Bismarck and Malcolm to attack the ball as well. The fact that none of them are there, and you've also been concentrating more on your clean-outs and stuff this season. How much does that change your role in the breakdown battle?
No, it doesn't. So like you said, yeah, guys like that are not here. But the thing for us is every single guy can slow down the ball, and every single guy can fetch. That's the system that we've been taught in. And obviously, if there's an opportunity, the guys will go. And so we don't have designated guys to say that you guys are the fetchers of the team. But we're gonna have to slow down the breakdown, and each guy can do that on the team. We've been trained that way. We're prepared for it, so we have a solution for that. We know how dangerous they can be with fast ball, and they're forward getting the ball on the front foot. It's very difficult, but we're gonna make sure that we do everything we can to slow it down.
Right.
Siya, after the team announcement, it seems like a lot of people. I mean, usually when the coach announces a team, there's a lot of division, like a lot of people questioning positions and different players. This one, it feels like a lot of people are united behind this team. Do you feel, guys, that from the camp, and maybe feel like the SA Rugby has turned a corner?
Yeah, we're really happy. The guys in the team are happy, and obviously some of the guys are disappointed that they're not playing. But yeah, we're genuinely happy as a team, and we know as the guys that are chosen to play, we have a responsibility, because other guys also who've played well, and some guys have played well against Wales, they want to get the opportunity again. So we'll give it everything we can. And yeah, a lot of people have responded very positively. But yeah, I don't really look and read and so that kind of stuff, so I don't know what's happening. But it's really good to hear that people are backing the team, and it like obviously it lifts us, it lifts our spirits, it makes us happy to know that everybody's happy. And I think, yeah, a lot of the guys, I mean, have all been playing in South Africa, playing Super Rugby, which is quite awesome.
Siya, some great former Springboks such as Brian Habana, including your captaincy, an unbelievable pivotal moment, not just for rugby here, but South African society in general. Have you been aware of what people have been saying and the magnitude of what's happening?
I've seen a little bit when people obviously tag me on my Facebook. Yeah, but you know, I don't, like I said earlier, I don't really read what everybody's saying, because I'll probably read it after, you know. And like I know guys like Brian, he said something, and I mean I know him very well. I've worked under. I was his junior. He kind of put me in the group, and he looked after me when I was with him at our union, and then here at the Springboks as well. So yeah, it's I always appreciate. I've been getting messages from past Springbok captains, you know, who told me like they have my back and stuff. It really means a lot to know that people are backing me, and it just takes a whole lot of weight off my shoulders, you know. But the most important thing is obviously having your teammates backing, which is the most important thing, and which is what I've been feeling this whole week. And the guys know how I am. I've played with a lot of them, and yeah, they know I don't like talking a lot, so they just make it easier for me at training. So.
Yeah, do you guys feel that one area that you can have an advantage is in broken play? Do you feel like you have more dangerous outside backs than England, especially from broken play?
Yeah, I think the back three that we have is good for that. But obviously England does they do their research, so they'll know. You know, there's I always say whoever plays Test rugby is everybody's like good enough. It's all about who wants it more, who wants to work harder. You know, so we will take the opportunities when they come. We've seen they don't give a lot of opportunities. You know, they're very disciplined team and a hard-working team. So we're gonna have to fight for opportunities, and when we get them, we're gonna have to make use of them.
What do you remember, Siya, about your debut? I think it was last night, and it was quite weird. And
Yeah.
Given the thoughts of that debut, which was fabulously impressive in strange circumstances, what would you say to the three guys making their debut there?
I remember everything about my debut. I remember every single thing. I remember I was sitting in the bench, and I wasn't looking at the game at the time. I was drinking water and spitting it out for some reason. And then someone said, "Siya, you must get up," because I was very nervous. "Siya, you must get up. Someone is down." It was 5 minutes into the game. I don't know water, and they told me to warm up. I said, "I don't need to warm up." I put my gum got on, and I ran on. Coach Johan van Gaan pulled me aside, and he said, "Just forget everything," because I was kind of struggling in the week with getting to know everything. Forget everything, do what you do. And yeah, and I just every time I got the ball, for some reason the ball came my way the whole day, and I just ran, you know, and running on, having a big guy like Eben grab his hand, covered my whole head. He's like, "I've got you." And I thank you and Brian and John de Villiers, you know. And it was a tough game. We were behind against Scotland. I came on, they kept on scoring. And I remember second half, John de Villiers, he said, "We have to score first to make sure that we win this game." So we go on, and they score first. And then he starts laughing, because I was panicking. I'm like, "No, we are the Springboks. This can't happen." And John starts laughing. And I don't understand what's going on. He's like, "Don't worry, boys, we'll win." Then we'll win the game at the end. And he comes to me afterwards. I'm like, "Why were you laughing?" He's like, "I couldn't show you how much I was panicking. I had to act very calm." Yeah. So from what I would tell the guys is just they must just enjoy themselves. I mean, you are put in here for a reason, because there's something special in you, and you must just use that. You know, when you get the opportunity, we tend to get into our shells. But what Coach Rassie has told us to do, be yourself, but like within the system, do everything you need to do. When you have opportunity to do what makes you different from everybody else, you must take that opportunity.